ancient walls lies our last hope. Tal'Darim, seal the temple. None enter until my work is done. Any who defies my order will answer to their High Lord with blood. The Tal'Darim High Lord is here. This surely bodes ill.
Our difficulties do not end there, Zeratul. This world is in its death throes. The Vespene reserves beneath the surface are turbulent. The planet is in a state of constant eruption.
These fissures are the last remaining source of Vespene. We will have to brave them to raise our army.
I pray this temple of yours is worth it.
Hello and welcome back to StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, people. That's right, we are back. Did you not think we would be back? Of course we'd be back. Come on now. So we are now assaulting a Tal'Darim fortress. The Tal'Darim are an evil sect of Protoss who have sided with the terrible Dark God Amon because they're pricks. My goodness.
This counter will keep you aware of the current seismic pressure. Be prepared to move out. I expect a fissure will erupt shortly.
Duly noted. So it appears that we do not have Vespene geysers. Instead, in this mission, we have some sort of Vespene fissures that explode, I guess, when this seismic pressure thing goes to the top. And then we can pick up their resources. That's nice. I love that. That's decent. I actually don't love that. That sounds terrible. I prefer to just have a Vespene geyser. Can you just give me a Vespene geyser, please? Thank you very much. No, they're not going to do it. Okay. So, we need to, I guess, amass an army at this point. Got to create an economy, amass an army, do our thing, chrono boost our Nexus, all the good stuff that we do as Protoss. I do love being Protoss. Don't you love being Protoss? It's amazing. If you don't love being Protoss, I'm going to call you a disgusting Zerg lover, and probably like put a Psyblade into your gut, but I mean, it has to be done at some point. Someone has to do it. If you're a Zerg lover, I'm going to say I don't appreciate you. I think you're a terrible person, actually. Maybe one of the worst.
We will need to move quickly to collect the Vespene.
Really? Yes, we do have a Vespene fissure right there. Look at that. I guess it's going to blow up soon. Well, milady, I will go and apprehend that Vespene fissure. Thank you very much. Hello, people. Hello, Gov. How do you feel? Not feeling too good, are you? No, that's because I just put one into your face. One being a laser. A Psyblade, to be precise. Oh my lord, look at this. What sort of encampment do you have here, Tal'Darim? Do you think yourselves powerful because you have an encampment? It's not the case. We have an entire base. I'm sure you have an entire base too, but... Also, I mean, don't get too cocky, mates, because we're gonna wreck you. Just saying. The Tal'Darim really don't stand a chance. If you do think that they do, I mean, you need to reconsider, because they are terrible, disgusting, evil Protoss. Do you really think they're going to win? No, not at all. Okay, we've got some Vespene here, which is nice, because we only have 100 Vespene gas, which is pretty much all that we had to begin with. Look, another fissure. I guess that fissure's going to go off next. So we've already secured another fissure for ourselves. How brilliant. We do probably need forces back at the base. Just kind of thinking about the situation and all that. Kind of makes sense. So here we've got our roaming attack force of death. A ball of just vicious power, which is actually not much power at all. There's like next to nothing here. It's such a tiny little force of Protoss. Doesn't even make any sense. Why so small of a force of Protoss?
No use for you. He will not suffer you to live.
You know what, mate? I'm not going to suffer you to live, okay? Go shove it up your whatever you have. I don't even know. You're a stalker. You're some sort of mechanical beast thing. Just die, please. That's all I'm saying. I hate you. You're the worst. Nice. We have so far come through and dealt significant damage to our Tal'Darim friends, who are not our friends because they're evil. And generally, we don't make friends with evil people. Although, I mean, I can't speak for you. You might make friends with evil people, and if you do, I don't like you very much. But we don't make friends. Us, as a force of Protoss, do not make friends with evil people. We generally deal with them quite harshly. Stab, stab, kind of thing, you know. You know how it is. All the stab, stab.
Are mining these rock formations.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I'm
What are these?
detecting a strong seismic reading in those locations. They must hide something of value. We should take a closer look.
Duly noted. I may or may not take a closer look at those rocks at any point. I don't know. I would have to consider it in depth. Do I want to take a look at those rocks? Are they interesting enough? Are they quartz or are they granite? Because that would significantly alter my answer to that question.
Zeratul, I am detecting another eruption.
Hey, kill those guys.
Locations have been marked.
What do you want about? Okay, we got another eruption up in the northern areas. As I said, this one's gonna go off. I called it, people! Put that in your notes if you're taking notes. If you are taking notes, that's actually kind of weird, but I mean, whatever you want to do, go for it. I have called it. That is the case, and we are now going, I don't know, to have to deal with that fact by picking up our resources. We currently have a ball of absolute death, otherwise known as a bunch of Protoss, chilling out. And we probably shouldn't get too close to that fissure, because it blowing up might do a bit of damage to our people. Just, I mean, usually eruptions are not the best thing to chill out next to. I don't know if you've ever been near an eruption before. I sure haven't been near an eruption before, because I'm smart enough to make sure that I'm far away when they happen. That's how it works. Ooh, there we go. Thank you very much. So much Vespi. Looks like the other one is up here, which is no doubt defended by these dudes. Hello, dudes. So many stupid dudes chilling out. Being all like, I got a warp prism, mate. I'm gonna bring my soldiers in using a warp prism. And I'm like, oh, good lord, just die. You think I care about your warp prism? Your warp prism is disgusting. It's the worst warp prism in the world. I've seen many a warp prism in my time, and that one made me want to die. It was so bad. Okay, we're going to send some reinforcements up to that line. We're going to need to get additional forces as well, because, I mean, we could just make a force of zealots and stalkers, which is generally, like, one of my favorite forces to make, quite frankly. But, at the same time, it's not necessarily the best. We can do much better. Void Ray, can you have a chat with these dudes? There's a scout right there. See if you can kite him into range of the stalkers. Nice, take him down. Kill the scout! And then kill those guys. And then figure out what those rocks are all about. What is that dude doing? Can they heal shields? I didn't know that sentries could heal shields. When did this happen? Who allowed this sort of stuff? Good lord, that's ridiculous. I don't even know. What? Now my warp prism is dead. Oh, that's the worst. That is just the worst. We're gonna need to get a Stargate, and we're gonna need to teach those disgusting creatures a lesson, because that is not acceptable. You do not destroy my warp prism. Come on. Come on, that's a low blow, mate. A low friggin' blow. Prepare to die. Take down that immortal. It's a terrible creature. It's part of the group that destroyed our warp prism. Just, you know, in the fact that it's part of the Tal'Darim and all that. It's not specifically one of the ones that did destroy our warp prism, but it's pretty close. I mean, it's close enough in my mind. You really just have to be vaguely similar, and then I'll just come over and kill you. It's kind of how I roll. I'm not the most reasonable person in the world. Hello, Immortal. Welcome to the land of mortal people.
Eruption imminent. Fissures are appearing here.
Is that the case? Check how much I care. Not enough. I care more about making sure that the Tal'Darim die a terrible death. Hey. B. Blink in there. Come on. There we go. We've had them blink in, deal with every single probe that happens to be in the area. We now have an absolute ball of death that no one can contend with. And we are out of psi. We need to build more pylons. That's right, you heard it. We require additional pylons. Hate it. It is great to hear, though, isn't it? It's so... It's just kind of cathartic to hear it say that we need additional pylons. Up until the point that you realize that you actually do need additional pylons, and you, like, have very few resources, and you're like, oh, good lord. I'm gonna have to use some of these few resources we have to build a pylon. I hate that. So bad! I want to just build units to kill things. Why can't you let me do that? And the game's like, well, because this is an actual game. You're not just gonna get to go through and kill everything. However fun that might be. It's actually pretty darn fun. It sounds hilarious. But at the same time, a challenge is nice. Let's get you guys. Prepare to die. Go for that pylon. Go for it! Come on! Okay, we've turned them off. All of those photon cannons have been deactivated. They have suffered a terrible death. Which is for the best, really. There are quite a few of these dudes, actually. Look at them all. We're wasting quite a bit of Vespene losing all of these units, aren't we? Do we really need to be concerned about the loss of Vespene? Is there that little Vespene that if we lose like 2 units, we're going to lose the entire game? Is that a thing? Should we be concerned about that? Are you going to answer any of my questions? The answer is probably no on that one. I get the feeling that you cannot speak through time and space, but if you can, props to you, mate. That's pretty impressive, actually. Come on. Kill it. Oh, good lord. Come up behind an enemy line of defense. That's not good. Okay, we've taken down the pylon, and now they are defenseless against us. They thought that destroying our force was enough to stop us. That's not the case. We have even more units because, you know, it's kind of what we do. Create units, send units out, get units killed, make more units. Have no moral qualms about the entire process, really. It's so nice, isn't it? Okay. How are we doing here? We'll give it a 5 out of 10. We're doing a 5 out of 10. We're definitely taking them down. Maybe not taking them down as efficiently as one would want, but they're dying nonetheless. Tal'Darim, you are disgusting creatures, and you will die. Man, what I have to say about these new StarCraft games is that their campaigns are friggin' top-notch. I wasn't... Well, at least Wings of Liberty and this one so far, which I've only played 2 missions, so I probably shouldn't say that. But, you know, so far it's top-notch. The old game was very samey across the entirety of the campaign. It's not to say it was terrible. It was enjoyable, and I mean, I played it quite recently. Like, last week. So, I mean, it was enjoyable, but it's just, you know, build a base, go kill some people. Good stuff, you know? But still, this one is far more intensive. You have to learn all of the different missions and all of the crazy things that happen in all of the missions. Like rupturing Vespene geysers. Prepare to die, zealots. Oh, look.
Then he shall be disappointed.
What? What did you say? What is that? I don't understand what you said. Oh my lord, what are you people doing here? Get dead, please. You're the worst. There's a lot of zealots out here. We're gonna need to bring reinforcements in soon enough, I would feel. So we actually need some reinforcements to bring in to begin with. There is nothing down here at all. Why did we come down here? Don't even know. However, over here seems to be an entrance into this rock formation, so that we can potentially, you know, have a little chat with the rock formation. As usual, our chats start and end with stab, stab, stab. And we'll see what the rock formation actually has in store for us. Let us go.
Very wise.
Woo! Really narrow passageway. How brilliant. Blink in, make them die. Okay, we got this under control. There's not nearly enough of them to be a threat to us. Now we destroy the rocks. What's in there?
Ah, a natural Vespine vent. I will have the Void Seeker begin extracting it from orbit.
Ooh, we're going to get passive Vespine. Nice. Okay, we don't have to be concerned about wasting too much Vespine. So I'm just going to use my Vespine willy-nilly and not... I'm just going to make sure that everything that has Vespine in my forest dies a terrible death. Now that we are getting passive 3 Vespine every second, I would imagine. That is nice. Guys, get out there. I'm going to bring in some reinforcements in the back, just in case, you know, they do some sort of slippery maneuver where they're like, oh, I see you've left your base unattended. It seems it's time for us to have a small chat with your Nexus and make it eat our faces. Which I then respond with, why in the world would you want it to eat your face? But of course the Tal'Darim won't respond back, so we'll never actually know. I mean, they are our enemies. Come on, people. Do you really think they would respond? No, not at all. So, that's just kind of how it goes, really. It's quite unfortunate. You never respond to my messages, Tal'Darim. Why would you do that? That's just so cruel. I mean, my messages are pretty good messages, too. I mean, I'd rank them like a 7.
For the reckoning.
Out of 14. It's decent. It's like half. It's like a failing grade right there. I mean, you can't argue with a failing grade, can you? Come on. Jeez. People, you have way too high of expectations if you expect anything other than a failing grade. Hello, Gov. I'm here to kill you all. Hope you don't mind. If you do mind, that's quite unfortunate, because once again, as usual, you really don't have an option. Maybe we shouldn't have blinked down here. Run! Run, stalkers, run! The zealots! They're trying to kill you. I want those zealots dead. I want them dead because they killed my stalkers. When you kill my stalkers, you have to suffer the terrible fate of 1,000 stings, which are actually 1,000 psi blades entering your forehead. And very specifically your forehead, because it's a pretty good place to attack someone from. They never expect an attack to the forehead. They're like, oh, it's open. It's like, obviously, this one's way too obvious for them to attack. We couldn't possibly see this coming.
Seismic readings indicate one more remains. Another breach is occurring, marking the fissure locations now.
Understood. We are actually sitting right outside the enemy base, so although I do appreciate you having told us that, I don't think it's going to be terribly necessary. We're going to tear them to pieces quite effectively at this point. They're going to die a sad and pathetic death, similar to a raccoon put into a paper bag and then thrown around a bit. It's quite sad. I mean, if you have witnessed a more sad death than that, I don't even know.
Our forces are closing upon the temple. We should gather our warriors and strike as one.
Well, yeah, I always gather my warriors and strike as one. That's like military, like, stratagem 101. Try to attack with an actual force instead of just attacking randomly. Here you go. You're prepared to die, people.
Warriors, fight with all you have, and the temple will be ours.
That's probably true.
Here to glorious battle.
Ha! Your carrier's dead. Would you shut up? Stupid Protoss! Saying random things about glorious battle. Good lord. Cut it out, you fools. My goodness. We don't need your goings-on about glorious battles. We just need to kill all of the Tal'Darim. Let's get in here, take out this pylon. Perfect. No more defenses. I know I have to attack to destroy. I'm gonna destroy all of the Tal'Darim before I take that out. I don't like the Tal'Darim. They're terrible people. Hello, checkpoint. Thank you very much. They deserve every death that is coming to them, and every death that is coming to them is literally all of the deaths at this point. Prepare to die, people. Prepare to die. Perhaps telling them to prepare to die is not necessarily the best strategy. I don't know. Generally, you should sneak attack. I'm a strong proponent for the old sneak attack. But sometimes you need to tell your opponent that you're coming, so there you go. That's just pretty much what I do every time I attack. I scream at the top of my lungs, similar to, like, I don't know, anyone doing a charge in the medieval times. And then we just start, like, hacking away at them. Not even with a particularly good strategy, because, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed this. This is more of like a ball of death strategy, which is quite effective, I would say. What the heck? Nixed Nexus? Does that mean that we killed all of their Nexi and now we got an achievement? How nice. Is Nexi the plural of Nexus? Is there even a plural to Nexus? Does anyone care? I don't think anyone cares, actually. Hello, Temple of Eris. We are right outside of you, and now we are inside of you, actually. Thank you very much.
The way forward is clear at last.
Yes, but the Tal'Darim are not known to take defeat lightly. They will come to rescue their High Lord, and in force.
Very
Go,
likely, yes.
Zeratul. Find the answers you seek within the temple. Our blades shall grant you the time you need.
You have my thanks, Talus, and Taro Tassadar.
Adun Toridas, brother.
Oh, tons of Protoss speak. Nice. Lots of Protoss speak. Very solid. What do we got? We got some achievements. Ghost in the Fog. Complete the mission. That's pathetic. That's disgusting. That's the worst. What do we got here? Nixed Nexus. Destroy all enemy nexuses in Ghosts in the Fog. Very nice. Solid. Well, we've done it. We've defeated the Tal'Darim in one battle.
Guard as you and your stalkers infiltrate the temple.
Shut up! Stop it! Don't speak when I'm speaking, you disgusting person. Good lord, it's quite annoying. I'm watching you. I'm watching you with, like, both my eyes. Anyway. As I was saying, we have just beaten the Tal'Darim in one great battle. Protoss on Protoss action, everyone getting wrecked. Next time, we will enter the temple and see what we can do about, I don't know, figuring out whatever this ridiculous thing that Zeratul wants to know about is. Until then, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.